Here with Rob Longley of the Toronto Sun. He's down in Florida covering the Toronto Blue Jays spring training. Rob, Curtis Granderson acquired by GM Ross Atkins in the offseason. At this point in spring training, how do you feel about him and his role on this team as a soon-to-be 37-year-old?
Well, Johnny's probably one of the more interesting figures on this team. Obviously, he was acquired to shore up the situation in left field, which was a disaster last season. And the way he's been playing so far this spring and the pedigree, the past performance he has in his career, I expect that he'll play the majority of games over there with Steve Pearce coming in a platoon situation to face left-handers. But if he continues the pace that he's on so far in spring training, his very first at bat with the Blue Jays, he hit a home run, and he's had multiple home runs since. And John Gibbons, in 10 of the games that he's played, has put Curtis Granderson in the leadoff position, which is very interesting. It would seem to be that that's the way that Gibbons is leading right now, with either him or Devin Travis batting first in the order. But for the bulk of his career, that's where Curtis Granderson has hit, and he's a big on-base guy, and he's got some speed, and that certainly addresses a couple of concerns for the Blue Jays, and as basically a stopgap acquisition, a one-year deal at $5 million. It could be a real bargain for the Blue Jays as they wait for some of the young outfield prospects to get ready a year or two down the road.
Yeah, we know he has speed on the base pass. How about on defense? Do you think his fielding is up to standards at this point in his career?
Probably not what it was in his all-star years and at the peak of his career. But remember what we had out there last year. We had Steve Pearce, who's very slow of foot. We had Ezekiel Carrera, who could never get the right first jump on any kind of a ball. It was almost a disaster there on a daily basis. So even though he's lost a step or two, he's still a serious upgrade defensively out in left field. And in fact, the entire outfield should be much better than it was last year with Granderson in left most days, Pilar out in center field every day, and Randall Grichuk, who certainly has some promise as well, manning right field, where Jose Bautista was somewhat of a disaster last year.
Blue Jays fans, I think, are just looking for improvement in the outfield. All right, Rob, thanks for your time. And to read Rob's work, TorontoSun.com.